We continue this afternoon's press conference. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll go with Roberto.
Pascal, didn't get a chance to speak to you after the game in New England. What were your thoughts on the game coming out of there with a 1-1 tie?
In general, I was satisfied, especially if you look at the previous two MLS games that we've played and how those games finished. Especially the one in Cincinnati was the one that hurt quite a bit because we were heading for a result and we gave it away in the final seconds. And then when you have a tough away game against New England, who is in a good form, good shape as a team in their field, getting a 1-1 draw, given how the game went itself, I was satisfied.
I know you made two early substitutions, second time since you've been here that you've made substitutions in the first half. Mm-hmm. It seemed a little bit that Tavon might have been laboring. Was he hurt at all, or was it just not his day? And that's why you decided to take him out, because Mitja was warming up pretty early.
Yeah. Sometimes you have these moments as a player. And Tay was not in a good shape against New England, and the team needed help, and that's where the rest of the guys can help the team out, and that's what they did.
Excellent. So when you come out of there, you go against Toronto now.
Yeah.
You had, again, another disappointing result, I would think, right? 1-1 tie at home when you played pretty well, but just didn't score enough goals.
Yeah.
How does that factor in, if anything, against Toronto this weekend?
Yeah, it's going to help us understand the game that's ahead even better because, as you said, Roberto, the game that we played in New York started well. We had a good goal with the penalty, good attack, few more moments to get ourselves a more comfortable lead, and we just gave it away just before the break, and then had multiple moments in the second half as well, but simply not good enough to step off pitch as the winner in that game. So the lessons learned in that game are still fresh, and that is something we have to realize going into the return game now, and also realizing that we're going to play on their turf now, and make sure that we do better than we did in game one.
You picked up a couple of injuries in the game. Tallis seemed to be laboring with his hamstring, I think. Yeah. And then Keaton, I think, broke his hand. Yeah. So how are they, and what's the rest of the medical report?
The rest of the medical report is almost the same. Alonso is getting close to more contact in training, so that's looking very positive. Hannes has been trying a few things in order to get his foot settled, looking at it day by day. But the two you mentioned from New England are clear. Tallis has a muscle injury, unfortunately. That's why we had to take him off during halftime in that game. Keats did break his hand, but had surgery yesterday and was back on pitch again. Had surgery on Monday, was it? Yeah, Monday, and is back on pitch already. So he's training and he's fully available.
So when you said that Tallis was cleared, is he okay, or is he not going to?
No. He had to come off in the game during halftime, and he has a muscle injury, so okay. He's not going to be available, unfortunately. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go with Chris.
Scout from the outfield. Just wanted to ask, the team has had 6 games in the last 18 days. You haven't had a break like this since before Leagues Cup started. Yeah. How has this break between the games been vital for the team?
Very, very vital. I like the word you use as well, Chris. Today even, the session on pitch was a session that we haven't experienced for over a month, and I must say the guys look very energized today on training again. So we're looking forward to getting our game started again with a little more delay in between.
JR?
Hey, Pascal. JR DeBart, Blue City Radio.
Hi, JR.
I have a general question about being the head coach of New York City FC. So, going into every season, every coach has goals beyond kind of just winning trophies. So the question for you is, does New York City FC set or even strongly suggest any specific seasonal targets, quotas, or expectations for you around giving minutes to younger players the club is trying to develop?
Yes, those objectives are there also. One of the objectives that we have is making sure that we try to get 2 homegrown players starting or some minutes in the MLS. So that is something that we also focus on, because we're also very engaged with the development of our own players, and homegrown players, that is. So that is something that is one of the objectives that we try to go for every season, apart from a few others. But I think Todd is the main guy that you can talk to with these kind of issues.
Scott?
Hey, Coach. Scott Schertzen, Stream Punk Soccer. Thanks for the time.
Hi, Scott.
Previous match notwithstanding, Tavon Gray just recently signed a contract extension towards the end of 2029, possibly 2030. Just in general, watching his growth, how do you feel about locking him down for the long term? Thanks.
That's a very big step for Tate to commit himself to the next phase of this project within New York City FC. I'm very happy that he found an agreement with the club. Obviously, he's a homegrown. He's a New York kid from the Bronx. He represents a lot of things what we stand for as a team and as a club. So I'm very happy that he was able to re-sign with us. Domestic player also, and part of a winning team who won the trophy in 21. An experienced player already, even though he's very young, still very young. So in all aspects, I think it's great to have him with us for a longer period of time.
Javier?
Hey, Pascal, Javier from the City Boys.
Hi, Javier.
I wanted to get your opinion on Benny Traore. Is he meeting expectations, exceeding expectations, and what do you think he still needs to work on?
Well, he's meeting expectations in the sense of if you see where he's coming from, the adaptation period, you need to also respect for players coming to the MLS and making sure that they find their way in this league. I've mentioned a couple of times also in the case of Benny, you can also compare it with Nico Mercado when he came in the summer of 25. When you come from Europe, you're in your pre-season period, and we ourselves had a World Cup break, which gave us an extra opportunity to work with players and get them ready for the second part of the season. Benny was lucky to have that period for a couple of weeks, not even the full pre-season period, which will help him adapt to this league and the way we train, the way we want to play, and everything that comes with the transfer from abroad to get settled. And as I mentioned also a couple of times, we have to be very creative in order to get him to full fitness and make sure that he's able to play 90 minutes full as we expect him to do. And that will also help him have more impact each and every game as he plays.
Christian?
Hi, Coach. You touched on Tavon there before. I'm curious, local players in particular, what role do they present in terms of helping you establish a culture and an identity at the football club?
A massive influence. As I mentioned also, Kristen, it's a fact that Tay is from around here. He's a homegrown, so he knows the team, he knows the club, and he knows the team obviously inside out. So to commit to a longer period here in order to make sure that we keep moving forward to creating that competitive roster that can challenge for trophies again, I think Tay is a massive piece in that whole project. So as I mentioned, I'm very happy that he found an agreement with the club to stay with us longer.
Chris?
Hey, Coach, Chris Campbell again. Following up on the health update, I don't recall a mention about Thiago Martins. What is his status coming into Saturday?
Yeah, sharp, very sharp. Thiago is fine. So he trained again today. As I mentioned a couple of times in the presses before, we were aiming for a very aggressive approach to get him ready again for some play time against Philly. Unfortunately, we had to postpone that a couple of times, and we didn't take the risk of with the game against the Revs. But all is looking good now. He's in full training, and hopefully no response is there tomorrow, unless it's a good response. But he should be able to play against Toronto again.
Anyone else? Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's pre-match press conference ahead of our game against Toronto. We have defender Mitja Ilenic. If you have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Roberto.
Mitja, the team played a good game in New England, played a good game in Cincinnati, didn't get the result that you wanted. The last time you played against Toronto, again, good game, especially the first half, and then you weren't able to get a win. But going into this game in Toronto, how is the team feeling, and what is the team feeling right now going into this game?
But yeah, I agree with what you said. Obviously, we want to get 3 points. That's the primary goal, because, like you said, I think we dropped points. It was not necessary. Like I felt, especially like let's say the Philly game, first half you have it under control, then you drop it the second half. Like you said, Toronto game quite similar. So yeah, we just gotta get good performance throughout the whole 90 minutes. I think that's the most important, and just be more consistent with it. And I think that's what it matters.
Since you're back, has there been any difference from before you left to now that you're here again?
I mean, I don't know. For me, from my standpoint of view, was just like I got some valuable experience overseas. Was good to be closer to family and be back there. But yeah, also the moment I left, I felt that was not the right decision there yet. So yeah, it was once the opportunity was that I can come back. We didn't need too much time to discuss it, and yeah, it happened fast. And yeah, happy to be back here and try to help the team as much as I can.
I know that as a young athlete, you want to start all the time, and but you have to share time with Tavon, who right now is a starter. How's your mentality with that, and how do you get through every game and be ready for when your number is called?
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, like you say, you wanna start every game, but in the end, it's like if I can come in by coming from the bench or just to be there in the dressing room to help the team, I don't know, by motivating them, just be there for the vibes or whatever, I can help it. And yeah, but at the end, I'm still 21, and I think I've played pretty decent amount of games. I think the New England one was 80th in this jersey in all competitions. So for my age, I think that's pretty solid number. And I don't want to be disappointed when I don't play or nothing. So just gotta be there for the lads.
Awesome, thank you.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go with Scott.
Hey, Mitja, how are you? Scott Church and Stream Punk Soccer. Good talking to you, bud. Just to piggyback off of Roberto a little bit there, talk about when you came back, were there any challenges that you weren't expecting on something like this? And honestly, as a player coming back to the Bronx, how did overseas assist you a little bit more? Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously when you came back into the team that it's shaped again, it's not easy. But I knew the team from before. It's my 4th year here now, so I pretty much knew the team. There is only, I think, Kai was new player or maybe one more. So yeah, I knew the team, I knew the coach, I knew the staff, I knew the people. So it was kind of coming back home for me, So I was not like shocked with anything or nothing, because I knew the culture, I knew everything in the club. So yeah, it was not too much of a shock. Just on the other part of the planet again, but I'm enjoying it.
Michael?
Hey, Mitch, it's Mike Andrew from Blue City Radio. Thanks for the time. I apologize. I might have missed one of Roberto's first questions, so I apologize if it's been asked already. But coming in on Sunday in the first half, that's not a common thing. It feels like Pascal was definitely trying to send a message to the team that said, "Hey, we need to change things fast." Do you feel more pressure coming into a situation like that, understanding that the coach is really not happy with the performance of the team, and you have to perform?
No. I mean, what kind of pressure this would be? I don't know. Like, I'm happy with my mentality that I don't feel any pressure, because why would I feel pressure? I came into the game faster, but I'm there to help them, At the end, we cannot point fingers to each other. It's just like sometimes the decision needs to be made, and coach did that, and I was there available to came in, and I try to do my best just to help the team, but yeah, like I said before, if it's first minute or if it's 35th minute or it's 76th minute, like I don't care. It's just I don't think there should be pressure needed, because at the end you're just trying to help the team, and you do your best, and hopefully that's enough. We got a tie in New England, was tough game, so I think at the end was pretty okay result.
Chris?
Hey, Mitja, Chris Campbell from the outfield. You haven't had a whole lot of playing time since coming back, but the team has gone through 6 games in 18 days. How has this full week in preparation leading to the next match been important for the team?
Yeah, like you said, it's been a lot of games so far. Not too much training, to be honest, because you don't have time for it. But yeah, we spend a lot of time, especially in the meeting room, because there is, I think, there we can take the most advantage of it. And yeah, but you know, we are professionals. We cannot be blinded by this. It's if it's every 3 days game, at the end we enjoy playing. So more games, the better. And I think we have a lot of injuries, but we came through it, I think, as a solid team. So you know, just gotta stick together. And you know, now we're just looking on the Saturday game.
Anyone else? Great. Thank you, everybody.